Yes, boss. 440 for the world, man. Bossing up humbles people who used to disrespect you back in the days. Now, I didn't do a topic like this, but this is sort of somewhat like the spin-off of that last video I did about people talk down to you when they view you as beneath them, right? So here's the deal. Bossing up, leveling up in life is basically putting yourself in a higher bracket, in a new place, in a new state of being. You get what I'm saying? So if you were a person who, man, last year I was a security guard making like 16 an hour. Now this year I'm a nurse making like 40 an hour, whatever, right? You just bossed up. Yo, last year I used to catch the bus. Now I got a car. You bossed up. You feel me? I used to live with my parents. Now I got my own apartment. Guess what? You bossed up. You feel me? Bossing up in life humbles people, right? And I'm going to teach you something. In life, I'm pretty sure you heard the famous saying, easier said than done. A lot of people like to talk a lot of shit, but they cannot let that same thing that they talk about happen in real reality. You feel me? It's hence the saying, easier said than done. A lot of people could say, oh, next year I'm going to be in a better situation, or next year my business is going to pick up. But if you're not actually putting in the work or grinding to make certain things happen, it's like, it's just words at that point. But if you're putting your words and plans into actions, then eventually one day it'll probably become a reality. But you got to understand something. To stay stagnant, to stay in the same predicament, the same situation you was at for years on end, that's crazy as hell. To me, that's crazy as hell, bro. I understand some people can either be in a state of fear, they fear going to the next level, or where they're at is comfortable. You got to understand something. In life, if you want to progress, you want to get to the next level, you have to learn how to make yourself what? Uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being what? Uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure you heard of that. And I'm going to explain that. If you want to elevate, or if you want to boss up or level up in life, you have to understand that being uncomfortable is where it's at. So I'm going to break that down. Being uncomfortable meaning, you cannot do the things that you really want to do. As in, like, let's say you like to party with your friends a lot. Or you like to vibe out with your friends. Or, every weekend we doing this, that, and the third. If this, that, and the third could be your partying, drinking, wilding, whatever, right? If you know you got something on the line, or you're trying to level up, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to make some cutbacks. Listen, I'm in school. I know I'm supposed to be studying this weekend because I got an exam next week. Look, your friends may be partying, but guess what? You can skip a couple parties. Because why? You got something bigger on the line. You're trying to boss up and put yourself in a bigger position. You feel me? So you doing that and you making the sacrifices. Once the sacrifices are made and you get what it is that you wanted, you can go back to what you were doing before. You feel me? That's part of the sacrifices that you make. That's what bossing up does. When you level up in life, you're going to have to make some serious changes if you want to get to that next level. I'll give you an example into me. If you watch me, when I started on YouTube, I used to work in a graveyard, in a cemetery, burying people. You feel me? I was making decent money there, but I told myself I wanted more. I want to make more money. You feel me? This is cool bread right now, yeah, but I want a higher status. I want a higher rank. You feel me? That's what I want for myself. I could have easily went and got my CDLs, but to me, that was like cliche. Anybody could go get a CDLs. I learned about water. You know what? This seems interesting to me. And I see that there's endless amount of money that can be made. I can get a license, transfer it to a different state. This looked like a promising career. Guess what? I did it. It wasn't easy. I'm talking about I made some sacrifices. You feel me? I'm at work dealing with a crew leader that I do not like, right? In order for me to get away from you, you know what? Look, I did all of my work for the day. Let me go to the library. I'd go take my books, go to the library and study on my lunch break, do book work. I'm talking about really grind it out to make certain things happen. There was no guarantee that I was going to get in the water, but I did know that if I did want that opportunity, I had to do what? Make sacrifices for it, work towards it. Water school took me a year to finish. Well, I finished school for water within 8.5 months. After the 8.5 months when I completed school, that's when I started studying for my state exam. A year afterwards, I passed my state exam and I got my license. You feel me? So what I'm trying to tell you is the sacrifice and the time that I put in for it, I know I missed out on sleep. I missed out on going out with people, going out certain places. But guess what? It was worth it. Because you know why? I make damn near double what I was making in the cemetery. I get hazard pay. I get all type of different type of pay. I'm in a different type of tax bracket now because I made those sacrifices. Sometimes you might want to go out and have fun and shuck and jive and be with your friends, but you got to understand something. If you want to boss up in life, if you want to level up, if you want new changes, you got to help bring in those changes. Yo, what is it that's going to take me to the next level? Yo, I need to go back to school. Do it. Time ain't waiting on nobody, bro. You could close your eyes right now and guess what? The year is up. Mind you, this year, it feels like the year just started. Where are we at now? We're in April now, bro. We're literally done with like the first like quarter, you feel me? Of the year. Like, yo, like one quarter is out the way. Now we're in the second quarter or the third, however you want to look at it. But pay attention. Time waits for nobody. If you want to make something of yourself or you want to get to the next level, you got to boss up. And I'm telling you what one of the best things about bossing up is. Anybody who used to violate you or disrespect you, their mouth going to get closed afterwards. People get put on hush mode. Mind you, as I stated, my crew leader used to violate me. Talk shit about me. You know what? You guys over here, you could cut this small section, Dixon. You're going to cut section 5 and cut section 6. He used to do shit to me on purpose. Like, yeah, that's how I'm sticking it to Dixon. I'm the boss. I run the show. You know what happened? That nigga started this shit bricks when he found out, yo, I passed my exam. I finished school. I got accepted. And guess what else, buddy? I make way more money than you now. That humbled the hell out of him. I never seen anybody who used to disrespect and violate me feel small as shit when he found out, yo, D'Angelo makes more money than me now. Yeah. The 15, 16 years you put in for this little small ass amount of money for you to wait for a promotion, I didn't wait. I took that shit. You feel me? And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you want something out of life, you have to sacrifice for it. So what somebody talking shit about you or, oh, you're beneath me or you're down. Guess what? You're not going to be down forever. You might be down if you choose to be down. But what I'm trying to tell you is if you nut up, you accept the challenge, you'll be on a higher level. You know how good it made me feel when I seen this same dude who used to talk shit about me? He look at his paycheck. Yo, I worked literally 15, 16 years for this little bit of money. I didn't do that. I worked way harder than you in a smaller amount of time and make way more money than you. That humbled the hell out of him. I used to peep game. He went from violating and talking shit to now you on hush mode. That's how I like it. You quiet as a church mouse, nigga. You can't talk shit about me. Your car, I drive a newer car than you. You have car payments, I don't have car payments. These are the little things I start looking into. Yo, you can't really afford to go take a trip like that. Me, I could go take a trip whenever I want. Humble that boy. You can't say nothing to me anymore. And that's the part about bossing up. Let's say if somebody used to violate you or disrespect you, or you a bum, or you ugly, or you dirty, or you never gonna amount to anything, or you nothing without me, or whatever the case may be, you boss up and you make some sacrifices, people gonna want to talk a little bit different. The little smack that people used to talk about you, they on hush mode now. The females who probably never gave you the time of day, guess what? They're willing to spin the block now. I have this going on all day long and it's fun as hell to me. It's actually a joke to me because I noticed something. Bossing up does a lot of stuff. Leveling up, it puts people in hush mode, but it makes people sit back and think. A lot of people can open their mouth and say, oh, next year I'm going to be in a new situation. And next year I'm going to do this. People open their mouth and run their mouth to make themselves feel good about themselves, even though they know they're not going to do anything. It made me feel good to say, hey, I'm going to go back to school next year. Next year already came. 3 years passed, as a matter of fact. What you got going on? Nothing. Just like it kind of made me look at people a certain kind of way, and I'm not better than nobody. I'm not higher than nobody. It's just if you know you're asking for opportunity or you want change in your life, and change is being given to you or opportunity is being shown to you, why would you piss it away? That's probably the blessing that God provided for you that you've been asking for. You just have to go through the little trials and tribulations of obtaining it. You feel me? You know how shocked I was to learn that my crew leader, and this is what added on more into the jealousy, I ended up working with somebody who knows him like that and said, oh, Archie had the opportunity to join water. He didn't. I went back to school. Archie didn't. You get what I'm saying? It's a tale of two halves. One person went to school, the other one didn't. One person said, I'm going to thrive. The other person said, what? I'm going to settle. That's the difference. And when you boss up in life or you level up in life, people who used to talk down on you, chances are they're probably going to want to change their tune now. If they used to disrespect you in a nefarious way, like in a nasty way, and you never deserved it, people are going to want to try and change their tune now. Mind you, people are going to let out how they feel about you when they feel like the ball is in their court. Let shit change for you tomorrow. That's when people, they're not really feeling all of that. Example, the person you violated today, guess what? They can turn around and become somebody of big importance tomorrow. And then you'll start to shit bricks because guess what? You remember how you treated that person. Mind you, a lot of people in life, I'm going to tell you my life story, bro, and I'm not looking for no sympathy or nothing, right? Majority rule of my life, because I moved to America, I used to get sized by a lot of people from America, dog. That's why I relate to a lot of people who come from the islands who try to make something of themselves and they went through hell trying to make it here in America. But guess what? Chances are they made it or they're making something of themselves. Versus a lot of people I done seen up here, you was born with a silver spoon in your mouth, golden opportunity, born with the U.S. citizenship, and you pissed it off to probably do dumb, reckless shit. I can't fucking respect you. I'm sorry, I can't. Me knowing I came from Jamaica, didn't have as much. My mom created a way, my people's created a way for me to be here. I'm the first generation of my family in America and I made some of myself. Versus people who was born here on U.S. soil and you pissed away the opportunity, I can't respect you. I can't respect you. And that also is another reason as to why a lot of people might want to talk shit about you. Because they see that you got ambition. They lack something that you have. Whether it's the grit, the resilience, whatever it is. But I'm here to tell you, just understand in life, bossing up does a whole lot of stuff, bro. Bossing up can put you in a whole new state of mind. Bossing up can cure that little broken heart that you have for a time being. Bossing up, changing your situation, you could do a whole lot of things. But what I'm trying to tell you is, choose yourself and choose to level up versus staying stagnant and being in a situation where you're not progressing, you're not growing, you're probably lingering around the same people who probably are going to be doing the same shit 5-10 years down the line from now. You feel me? You want to be the person that elevates, you don't stay stagnant. Because the more you stay stagnant and time goes on, you're going to look at yourself like, yo, what the fuck did I do with all my years? And that's when some people can start to develop regret. Yo, I regret what it is that I did. Because why? I pissed away 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years doing what? Nothing. Versus, yo, somebody who came along and made opportunities for themselves. Example, why do you think that there's some older folks who hate on some of the younger folks? Because, yo, when I was at your age, I wasn't doing the things that you're doing. Or you're taking your young adulthood life very much more serious than what I did. Yeah, that can cause some people to want to talk shit about you or whatever the case may be. But that's why, as I stated, it's a part of the game. You boss up and you get to that land of milk and honey, it's going to be one of the greatest feelings ever. One of the greatest feelings ever. You know how good it make me feel to know that people who used to talk shit about me or talk down on me or laugh at me, guess what? I asked, like, not even being petty. Yo, how many vacations you taken? You can't take no vacation. Because the bread probably may not be in the right place or whatever. I could go take a vacation whenever I want. I have the hours to do it. That's a great feeling. Some people don't have that ability. Some people don't have the funds to do it. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're sacrificing for a better tomorrow, guess what? Chances are it's going to come. You want light at the end of the tunnel. If you fight for it, guess what? Chances are light's going to be there. You just got to push yourself towards it. You feel me? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I want to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. 444 the world. Remember this in life. Bossing up can cure a lot of things. It can cure sadness. It can cure a broken heart. People used to shit on you. Whatever. Once you're in a new position, a new state of mind, or a new predicament, whatever, your mind starts to get freed up a lot. More options come to you. More doors open up. You can do whatever it is you want. You could be an asshole to people in the past. You don't got to do that. I wouldn't even recommend it. Just, chalk it up and keep it going. People remember the shit that they did to you. People remember how they tried you or they violated you. It's just up to you if you're going to be the one who just lets your success do the talking or if you want to go back and forth. If I were you, I'd let my success do the talking. Ain't nothing to talk about. You feel me? Because mind you, as I stated, anybody can be successful in their own merit, but to go out there, make the sacrifices, make the changes, and put yourself in a new predicament, a lot of people can't do that. You feel me? 444 the world, man. Peace.